These days, there are an increasing number of primary sources that are made available online, both in library databases and freely available websites. But it's important to remember that it's quite possible that you won't find everything you need using these resources. So where else can you look? The next best option to finding primary sources online is books. The biggest issue with getting your hands on primary sources has always been that they are rare. If you need a letter and the original is only available at a library in Alaska, what are you going to do? Nowadays, the easiest option is to look to see if a copy has been made available online. But what you might not know is that copies of primary sources are also made available in books. The web has only existed for about 2 decades, but book publishers have been around for centuries. And book publishers are still publishing copies of primary sources today. So what kinds of primary sources can you find in books? All the same ones you might expect to find online, including letters, diaries, oral histories, legal documents, legislative documents, company and organizational records, memoirs, speeches, and travelogues. So how can you find books that contain copies of primary sources? And how can you do this without wasting a lot of time? First, you need to know where to start, which is always the online Primary Sources Research Guide at the SFSU Library. This guide is a portal to all of the primary sources available to you as an SFSU student. Research guides are linked from the library homepage under Research Help. Look for guides by specific subject, and then look for history. If you pull up the research guide for history, primary sources, and look for primary sources by geography or time period, you'll find all the links and techniques mentioned in this video, so you don't need to worry about forgetting anything. There are 2 links for searches. Both will take you into one search, which is where we search for books. The first link will take you just to books available here at SFSU, and the second link will also include books you can request for free from CSU Plus, which will arrive in just a couple of days. When you search OneSearch for books, the most common problem people run into is finding too many books that are actually secondary sources. Secondary sources are books written by historians after the fact, and they make up the majority of books that are out there on your topic. They're incredibly useful, but they're not primary sources. So how can you save time and only find books with primary sources? In order to make it easy for you to find these books with reprinted primary sources, I have set up links from the Primary Sources Research Guide that will automatically search both the SFSU collection and the books you can request for free from other CSU libraries to only find books with primary sources. So clicking on Books from SFSU Primary Sources will automatically search our book collection for both online and print books that contain reprinted primary sources. The problem is that these aren't sorted by topic. That's why we're finding over 9,000 results. But if you look at the search, you can add a new line and add in search words specific to your topic. Leave the first 2 search lines with the text that's already there, and the search will be set up automatically to only pull up books with primary sources. You can do the exact same thing when searching books available from other CSU libraries. Just change the radio button to Books and Media All CSU, and that will search both SF State books as well as books you can get for free from other libraries.